I remember I basically like decided to go on Upwork.com one night and try to find freelance writing jobs. And I remember applying to this one job. This person wanted me to write a 5,000 word ebook, for her, and she was paying me $100 for it. So I was like, all right, that sounds great. Let's do it. Right?
I know what you're talking about, man. Like I've been through the Upwork, the bottom rungs of Upwork in the past, but I know that it
Yeah.
also is like quite a good platform to, you just have to like attack it the right way to find like high quality clients. But you can get stuck with like some people who want too much from you for way too less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was over the moon about it though, John. Weirdly enough, I was like, all right, this is great. I get to make $100. What would you call that? A C note? I get to make a C note from, from writing in my pajamas. And so I was like, let's do it. And I wrote that ebook for her in record time. And I turned it into her, and I was like so nervous that she wouldn't like it. And she was like, "Tom, I love this. I love all the examples you put in there. You did a great job. I just funded the rest of the payment for the job, and thank you so much. We'll keep in touch." And after that, I was just hooked. I was like, I gotta do this more. I was like, this is so awesome. I don't need to like go anywhere. I don't need to commute to work. I can wake up and start to work. I don't need to like do anything. I don't even need to take a shower. I just need to start writing. And so, that was about 4 months after I graduated. I'd been looking for work and I had my surgery and stuff. And I just fell into freelance writing big time. And I remember talking to my mom about it. And my mom is great. She's done so many great things for me. She's given me great advice. But I remember she like wanted me to not freelance write. She tried to like push me away from freelance writing. And she was like, Tom, I think it'd be a better choice if you worked at Panera and you sort of worked your way up to get into corporate, because they could tell you got a bachelor's degree, right? Like you're going to work your way up. And that was the plan originally. But I was like, I just don't want to do this. I want to be in control of my own thing. And so, yeah, that's how I got into freelance writing. And, for the next couple of months after that, I was making like, maybe, I don't know how much I was making, like 200, $300 a week, writing stuff. And it wasn't that much, but I was just over the moon that I could make money doing this. So, yeah.
How did you stumble upon this world? Were there particular people who you saw doing this? I mean, did you scour the internet and find, oh, wait, you can actually make money and earn a living online by writing? Like, were there anybody that you came across that kind of inspired you to go this route?
Yeah, John, I'm trying to think about that. I don't think that there was, honestly. When I was in college, one of my assignments for the semester was to create a blog and to like write a blog post like twice a week for this particular blog and then see what comes of it. And I ended up getting a D on that blog, D on that assignment. Weirdly enough, it's like, geez, what was I thinking? I wrote about everything under the moon. I wrote about First Take, my favorite talk show in the morning. I watched First Take with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. back in the day, and I wrote about the importance of debate. I wrote about just like things that I learned, and my professor was like, yeah, this, Tom, I think you missed the mark here. And he gave me a D on it. And I was like, well, thanks, dude. It's like, it would have been nice if you would have given me some like tips every now and then about my blog or some feedback, but thanks. And so that's basically all I knew about writing online. I weirdly enough, I can't think of one person who inspired me to freelance write. Now, for blogging, that's something else entirely. There was one person that I can point to with travel blogging in particular, writing about places you've traveled that inspired me. And that person, was Adventurous Kate. And she was awesome. I remember finding her blog on like Pinterest or something. And I was searching how to monetize a blog online. And she talked about how she gets paid to travel and how she makes money from her blog, and I was hooked. I was like, I want to do that. Please let me do that. And so, we're getting into further on in my story here, and I'll just tease it before I let you, ask me another question. But basically, I decided, I think it was like, so I graduated in May of 2015. I started freelancing on August of 2015, and then I freelanced until, actually for the next couple years. But around April of 2016, almost a year after I graduated, I was like, I want a travel blog. I want to start one. And I was like, I've been in Orlando for a while. I sort of feel aimless here. I don't really think that this is my home. I'm just working online. I could work wherever I want. So why don't I go wherever I want? So that started to come into my mind a little bit. And I had a car, and I was like, why don't I go to San Francisco, visit my best friend, stay with him for a few months, see what California is all about, and sort of like tour the United States along the way. Stay 1 week in Austin, Texas, stay 1 week in New Orleans, stay 1 week in Tucson, and then sort of make my way across the country. And I was like, that would be the perfect time for me to be a travel blogger, and you can't be a travel blogger without traveling, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I start, right? So I started to travel. I actually, I think in May, I think it was May or early June. It was early June of 2016. I decided to go off on my own, and I left my really good friend in Orlando to go and see my best friend in San Francisco, and time of my life for sure. And I blogged about it, and I also freelanced, and that paid for my everyday expenses and stuff like that.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching this excerpt of the Videocraft show presented by Video Husky. If you're a content creator that struggles to organize scripture ideas for your videos, I've got a resource for you. You can get a copy of our free script template. Using it can help you structure your videos and save you hours of time from filming in the process. To get it, all you have to do is just scroll down on this video, find the link in the description, and subscribe to our email list. From there, it'll get delivered straight to your inbox right after you sign up. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, can you do us just a quick favor and hit the like button before you go? And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel too, to stay up to date with all the content that we're creating here on this channel. And finally, be sure to tune into the Videocraft show presented by Video Husky on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We've got links in the description down below. If you want to watch or listen to the full episode, just tap the video right next to me over here, and that'll take you to the entire episode in which this excerpt is from. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.